Okay folks, welcome back. So if you're tuned into this video, chances are you want to build a pocket hole machine. So I'm just going to cover quickly for those of you who haven't seen this machine before and might be finding this video for the first time. This is just a simple machine that enables you to drill pocket holes. It's just very simply made, as you can see, nothing elaborate, there's no air or anything, and it does allow you to drill a simple pocket hole real fast, and it makes it kind of fun. So what I'm doing in this series then is now we're gonna go into a different part of this machine right now, and I'm gonna cover how I made it. So I'm not sure which portion. For those of you who have been following, the only reason I'm gonna play this little piece is so that anybody maybe finding one of these videos is gonna know what's going on and what they're gonna end up with, and then they'll be able to, hopefully it'll encourage them to look back through and start to watch the whole series. So now what you're gonna get is a certain part of this machine and how I made it. So hopefully you guys had fun. We'll have fun watching. Hopefully you'll keep tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is cover the drill aspect of this next. So this drill, what I'm using, it's a DeWalt drill. I'm not getting paid to say this neither. It's a DeWalt drill. It's just one of the cheapest ones that they had. It's a 6-amp drill. And the serial number, or the product number, is D21007. And the reason why I like using these is because these drills actually have a flat spot. Is that if I push that down tight and the handle up in the air like that, there's actually a flat spot that will make the drill run perfectly straight this way, which made it really easy to line up with the pocket hole. So other than that, I don't know how you're going to hook your drill down. All I did to hook this down is you can see on the end of the drill, I just drilled a hole right through the end of the plastic, and I've done that with a few of them. That's how I've actually held my drills down, is for the most part, there's usually nothing in this last little portion here, so I just drilled a hole through it, and it's just done with a wood screw. And if you've seen my foot-operated pocket hole machine, that's exactly how it's held together too, and it's literally drilled thousands and thousands. I think the counter's up to 5,000 or 6,000 now, and I know I've drilled 10 times as many since I set that machine up. So then all you're going to want to do is, and this is a pretty critical part right here, is when you set your drill, when you get it set, I'm not sure if I got this the right way, no. When you get this drill set onto your block of wood, this drill has to run perfectly parallel to this block of wood. It has to run this way straight, because think about it, if it was running tilted like that and you were trying to slide it down into the pocket hole, then it's going to bind. So it has to be running straight, and that's why, like I said, I like these drills because they do have that flat portion on them. But if your drill doesn't, then you're kind of on your own when it comes to this portion. I'm not sure how you're going to hook it down. So then, once you have it hooked down, so to begin with, this little block of wood right here that I've got this screwed down to is about 8.5 inches wide, and then I believe it's 10 inches long. So 8.5 by 10 is what it is. And then you can see the drill. The drill is from the collet to the end of the collet. It's about a 1/2 inch difference. I've got the drill sticking out a 1/2 inch beyond the front end of this block. So something to think about too is to try to line that up so that the drill is sticking out just a 1/2 inch past. And then once you have it on your block of wood like this, then what you're going to do is you're going to want to try sliding it down in your guide there. So slide it down in and make sure everything's going to clear. So you can see that my drill clears, and it'll slide up and down inside of this, inside of your pocket. So now comes a critical part. So you're going to have this piece right here. This is going to be the same width as the inside of your machine here, and I've got mine cut about 14 inches long. So it's the same width by 14 inches is what I have. And then you're going to want to cut a slot in the center of this thing, a little better than 1 inch wide. And I've got mine cut about 4.5 inches. So 4.5 inches by a little better than 1 inch wide slot in it. Now, you're not going to have these. This is the slides here that this is going to fit into. And I guess I could take them off just right quick. I've just got mine. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to explain to you how I did this. So, now it would be better. I'm going to just take a second here to pop these off. And then I can give you a good explanation as to how, because it's just held on there. This is not fancy, folks. Just a couple of screws. This thing, it doesn't have to be neither. We're not building a rocket ship. We're just building something that's going to drill a pocket hole. So it doesn't have to be crazy, you know. Like I said, we're not building a spaceship. So what you're going to want to do now, once you have your drill hooked down so it's running flat on your little block of wood, then you're going to want to take this piece and you're going to want to have a couple of clamps on either side of this thing. One at the top and one at the bottom. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to slide this thing in here and get it up against that block of wood. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep tapping it and testing it. So once you get it, you're going to have it clamped. You're going to tap this up, tap it up, and keep measuring from corner to corner to make sure it's going in flat. And then you're going to want to try sliding your drill up and down. And this is the most critical part of this build, folks, is to make sure that this block is up tight against your piece of melamine that you're sliding on. You want it up against it nice and tight. Not tight, but you want it up against it so that it's coming out nice and flat. And then when you try your drill, you're going to want your drill sliding up and down really, really easy. You're gonna be able to tell when you get this thing lined up, because that drill will just fall into the pocket hole and there'll be no resistance whatsoever. When you do, you know, you're gonna have a clamp on either side. When you do get it to that point, then you'll be able to put these screws in. You can see I just used a few pocket holes. You're gonna be able to put them few pocket holes in, and then so I'm just gonna stick mine back in here. I've got marked. So you're going to want to put these back in, and put these in. Now before you go, I guess if you've got it clamped well, if you've got this clamped well, then you're going to be able to just keep trying your drill and just making sure that it's not binding. For some reason, mine seems to be binding right now. I might have my screw in the back here a little bit too tight, I think, is what's going on. So I'm just going to loosen this off a little wee bit. Hopefully I'm getting some of this, because I don't want to have to record it all again. There. I just find, to be quite honest with you, I find a loose fit on this drill is the best. If it's too tight, then it'll have a tendency to bind. So now I'm going to slide this down in here. There we go. See, now that made the difference too. I had my drill too tight. So you can see that that's sliding super, super easy. So now I'm going to shut the video down. I know the video is getting long, and we'll restart another one. And because my upload time is super long, and my capacity on my phone is only so much. So doing it all from an iPhone, I can only record so much. Then I have to upload it, and to save from all the editing time like we talked about earlier. Look for the next number in this series, and you'll get some more on how I put this together. So thanks for watching.